Welcome to Marketing Monday. Today's topic, the psychological warfare of gacha games and the tricks they use to part you from your money and how they're being adopted as the future of video games. But first, I want to start by having you watch a very short video that maybe illustrates the point I'm trying to make here about gacha games.
お話の第1部が終了した時点でみんな本当に感動して泣いたし、その人となりとかをこうクローズアップされてて、その人物一人一人をこう好きになれるようなストーリーになってますね。好きなもん欲しいじゃないですか。
You want what you love, right?
大悟です。 FGO プレイヤーです。
大悟。
だいたい起きてる時は触ってるみたいな感じ。ご飯食べてる時もお風呂と寝てる時以外はだいたい、あと車運転してる時以外は触ってると思うんですけどね。多分700万ぐらいはそれ以上。
Pause. $70,000 on Fate Grand Order. To be clear, one AAA game that took a studio hundreds of millions of dollars to make cost $60. This person bought, I don't know, what's 70,000 divided by 60? Basically 1,200 copies. I just want you guys to get a sense of why business might be interested in this kind of model. Okay, that's the beginning of this presentation.
ただ単にその強くするにはっていうのもあるしですね。一人出すのに多分5万ぐらいかかってて、それをオーグレベル5っていう風にしたかったので、それでかける5なんで25万以上ですね。ゲームしてない時はもう本当に車の運転してたり買い物したりとか、あとは言われたら皿洗いとか、掃除とかはやりますね。
Nice.
どこまでかけたかは知ってないと思います。
Oh
楽しい
no.
んで、それでいいかなと
The
思って。
parents don't know? Okay, so that is an intro video. Let's get into it. This is gaming revenue visualized for the past 50 years of gaming. Okay? You might notice in the beginning, all gaming revenue came from arcades and consoles. Then we added the PC to the mix in the late 80s. Then handheld comes along. And then right around 2000, okay, right around the millennium, they start to add mobile. You might notice mobile has gone from a little bit of gaming revenue in 2007 to more than everything else combined today. Mobile is now bigger than PC and console and cloud and VR combined. How did they do that? How did mobile reach these fucking astronomical revenues so quickly? They have a more effective way of parting consumers from their money. And we are starting to see that seep into all aspects of AAA gaming. And that is why I would like to take the time today to sort of give you some defense, to let you understand some of the tricks that marketers and game designers use to separate you from your money. So I chose one game in particular to kind of follow the story through. This applies to a lot of games, but I chose one in particular because I think it's one of the best at it. Genshin, the beautiful, gorgeous world we see here of Genshin Impact is essentially a far more predatory casino. It's the first truly AAA gacha game. Now, a lot of these gacha mechanics we're going to talk about have been around in various forms across mobile for a long time. Genshin Impact is not just on mobile. It's a AAA game across consoles and PC, and it takes all of these powerful psychological principles, strips away all of like the annoying spammy ad stuff, and puts it in an actually fun to play, beautiful game. And so it has removed all of the barriers that were stopping people before from getting sucked into these kind of worlds. And that's why it's been phenomenally successful. It made $1 billion, I think, in this past year. More than that, actually, more than $1 billion in like its first year of play. What makes it a gacha is you cannot say, I want that and just buy it. Everything you want is behind some sort of lottery system that adds excitement and additional length to the game. Let's show you some more examples of the money they make. These are 5 of the recent characters released in Genshin Impact and the amount of money they made in a single day. 15 million for Zhongli, 9 million for Albedo, 14.8 million in Gun. This is one day, okay? Adding up to billions. So now let me get into some of the psychological tricks that they use, okay? That I want you to be ready for. Number 1, a bonus for first-time signups. You're gonna see this a fucking lot. This is when you first get into the game. They will give you some kind of bonus, some kind of double gems. The reason they do this is because once you've put in payment information, the friction for everything else that they're going to try to trick you with is drastically reduced. Let's say you're like, oh, I want that skin. Having to go to your wallet and pull out the fucking credit card and type it in and figure that out is a stop moment. Psychologically, it's like a stop moment. It's a big pit of friction. They have to get rid of that, okay? The first spend is the hardest. And I saw a video by a game developer describing it as like an icebreaker. And they said, quote, they only think of themselves as spenders once they've broken the ice. Once you break that wall, you break them. That is a quote. Once you break that wall, you break them. So the next thing they'll do is battle passes. Battle passes or any kind of format that requires daily logins or regular playtime. They will offer their best deals, their best, gems to dollars or whatever V-Bucks to dollars, whatever it is. Whatever the value is will be best in the battle pass because the goal is to make the game part of your daily routine. Once you do this for 20 plus days, it is now officially a habit in your brain that is difficult to break. Next thing they'll do, and this was baffling. I mean, listen, I've seen this before in other games. Genshin Impact took it to another fucking level. The idea of this is to have so many different currency types and tokens and weird denominations things are bought in to make it so your brain cannot easily math out how much you're actually spending. And what Genshin does is has Genesis crystals, Primo gems, Intertwined Fate, Acquiant Fate, Star Glitter, Stardust, and more. You buy Primo gems, turn them into Fate, to turn them into Star Glitter, to roll for Stardust. It's all a way to make it confusing so you can't tell how much dollars you're spending. And not only do they have different currencies, but they'll have different denominations. So that's why things will be costed like 143 Primo gems. It needs to be fun money. It needs to put it into gem form, and then it's from there it's fun money for you, and you just spend it without really knowing the value. Another thing they do is they highly incentivize social proof. People, and this is more of a human psychological principle, people are much more likely to not share their losses and happily share their wins. YouTubers now upload videos saying, I lost money on Genshin Impact. They upload the video of their rare pull. And that creates a false heuristic in your brain that the odds of it are higher than they actually are. You are more likely to think it's possible when you see other people getting it. Let me give you a direct quote here. This is a direct quote again from a game developer that makes mobile games. Do not tell your players that the majority of people do not spend money. That is cancer that will kill your monetization. That is a fucking direct quote. Do not tell them that people don't spend money. That is cancer. Whatever you do, if you spend money in a game, other players should know about it. And that incentivizes them to think, okay, they're doing it, I can do it too. That's how social proof works, okay? They also are more direct. For example, in Genshin Impact, they had a promo where if you took an in-game photo of your rare pull, like if you pulled a rare hero and took a photo of it, you got free Primo gems. So you were incentivized to tell and to take a photo and share your friends that you got something cool, which makes you think that it's fucking going work. And again, I think an example here, YouTubers, again, always sharing their insane luck. Lammy's insane luck, insanely lucky Flamingo Gacha pulls. And if you look on YouTube, there's millions of these people sharing their insane luck in polling. And it's just to open the air, just to clear the air, I am 100% guilty of this. I have spent hundreds of dollars before I had any, back when I was broke in college, hundreds of dollars on LOL skins. And that's that's not even really a gacha mechanic yet. But again, LOL skins is baby food compared to what games have gotten good at today with psychological warfare. That's level 1. Okay? That's like pretty easy to get around. I just have a weak mind. But if I was impressionable and playing Genshin Impact, there is so much more than that. And the fact is, if I wanted that skin and couldn't buy it directly, but had to buy 60 packs or 60 pulls to get a shot at getting it, and then do it again to level it up, that's where it starts to get crazy. That's where they're really taking advantage of the Skinner box nature of our minds. This is a video I'd like to show you called Let's Go Whaling, tricks for monetizing mobile game players with free to play. Again, this is CEO of a mobile game company.
Remind you that the best way to make sure of both your retention and your monetization is to make sure you have enough of an in-game economy in there. The 1,000 up there is actually clearly lowballing it. Top grossing games have in-game economies worth tens of thousands. That's how you can keep people in there. They have lots of things to do, to stuff to upgrade, to progress along, and that's how you can make them spend a lot as well, since you can, for instance, give a huge discount on something, you know.
Basically what he's saying is that you need to be able to get, like if you're a new whale to a game, there better be $1,000+ of things you can spend your money on. The days of games having like relatively small level of pay to win, like horse armor for $2, are completely gone, okay? If you want to, you should have no end, according to the game designers, of the amount of things you can spend your money on. There should be tens of thousands, 100,000. You should be able to spend your money over and over and over again on a variety of different things. So let me give you an example here. From Genshin Impact, you may notice that the hero is something you can pull that can go up to 5 stars. But also all of their items and weapons can be pulled that go up to 5 stars. So every time you play this game, there is an infinite different number of directions that you can be spending money to try and level up. One thing they never ever want is for you to be like, okay, I finally got it. There's no amount of money that can get you perfection in this game, and there's constantly adding more to make sure that's not the case. Another thing they do, they gotta fairly frequently change the meta in some way so that different characters are more valuable, so that somebody that says has a perfect lineup for one character now feels like, oh, so I need to continue to level up someone else. The idea is to make it so you can never feel like you've finished. Helpful to this business model that when they release a new champion, that champion generally is good. That's helpful for their sales. Now, this is one of my favorite, most interesting slides. This is the 4 types of players that you are targeting. Let's say we've all started Atrioc's chat mobile game company. We're all gonna get rich, okay? We're gonna start a fucking devious mobile game company to make billions. When we make our mobile game, there are 4 players we have to look out for. The killers, the achievers, the socializers, and the explorers. Let me explain what they are. The killers want to win, and they will spend anything to beat other people. They are the most likely to fall for pay-to-win type mechanics. I am a video game and I'm a killer. The biggest thing I ever spent money on was Hearthstone cards because I wanted to beat people on ladder. I was playing the ladder, I would lose to a rare card and think, fuck you, I could beat you if I had that card, and then I would buy it. The next we have socializers, people that want to have a good time with friends, okay? This is the most common. Explorers, they like novelty, they like new content, they like seeing new things. And achievers, their main goal is progress. They want to be the best, they want to complete their collection, they want a 5-star every item, they want to fill that hole in their soul by having this completion. You know, they like progress. Progress is very important. Filling up meters, bars. Now let me explain how you make money from all 4 of these people. For the killers, you sell competitive advantage. This is what you do. This is how games like Clash of Clans make a lot of money. This is how like Hearthstone makes its money. Competitive advantage. And this is what works on me, okay? Then, for socializers, which is most people, you sell customization. That's skins, flexing, and uniqueness. People want to feel like they stand out, like they're unique, that they have something different that draws the attention or the eye. Customization. If you play with your friends a lot for fun, you are most likely to buy that new Valorant gun skin. But what's surprising in my research is that this is not where the money comes from. They make money off this, to be sure, but it turns out that people just buying skins directly is only a small part of the truly large gacha game economy. Next up is explorers. To make them happy, you have to give them content. Yuck! Ugh! Ugh! Our mobile game company can't afford that. We can't afford to actually add new levels, new maps. That's expensive. That's work. So how do we make that fat, juicy profit? That, my friend, is the achievers. And how do we make money off them? Convenience. This is where the big whale, mamma jamma, top dog, convenience. Being able to cut down on the grind. Being able to get something quicker than everyone else. That is where you can get absolutely massive amounts of money. And in fact, for example, in a game like Clash of Clans, this is 80% of their income. It's from targeting these achievers. This is where the whales live. If you are in the achiever zone, you are most susceptible to becoming a whale. You need to be the most careful when entering a mobile game. They want you bad. So some of the ways they do that, let me show you. One of the psychological principles they exploit is called loss aversion. And that is the idea that people are more afraid of losses. People hate losing more than they love winning. I explained this in a previous Marketing Monday, actually, where we talked about when they gave someone a free gift, like people were exiting a study or a survey, and they asked them, how much do you think this trinket is worth? This little random fucking trinket. If they didn't give it to them, they all said it was worthless or worth like $2. But if they gave them the trinket and said it's yours, how much do you think it's worth? They all said $5, $7, $10. Once they owned it, they said it was worth double, triple, quadruple than they would have said before that. Okay? So people, once they own something, have a feeling, a sense of loss. And so mobile games do this, or gacha games use this method a lot by making you think you've earned something and saying you can only complete it when you've paid. For example, if you are halfway through a mission and you run out of moves or out of lives, they will threaten you with losing all your progress if you don't spend money. For example, this one's really egregious. Oops, the balloon got through and you ran out of lives. Don't let them undo your hard work. Continue with bonus. And that's the psychological principle. And a great example is actually one of the most devious examples I've seen is Puzzles and Dragons. If you guys ever played that game, when you're doing some kind of dungeon in Puzzles and Dragons, you will earn items and shit on the way. But if you don't complete the mission or whatever, they don't give you those items. They'll show them to you and say, you've earned these. You've got these. Do you want them? You have to finish the level though. So you have to spend money. Next up, we got limited time offers. Now, if you guys have ever read the book Thinking Fast and Slow, it's a great book. I would recommend checking it out. But the main idea of it is that our brain has two systems, System 1 and System 2. System 1 is our basic monkey brain that we use for most things in day-to-day life. If I were to ask you what's 15 times 34, you are capable of solving that, but you can't solve it quickly. So you have to get that lazy, slow, but smart part of your brain to wake up. Our brain hates using System 2. System 2 is what we need to use to make smart choices, but we hate using it. And one of the ways to ensure we always use System 1 is to put us under time pressure. Next thing is the Ikea Effect. Okay, the Ikea Effect states, we love things more if we felt like we were part of the creation. If we felt involved in making them, we think it's worth a lot more than it is. So even a shitty table from Ikea generally has more warmth in it if you built it yourself. The way games use it is they will do things like, they will make you feel like you did some work. They will give you a randomized reward based on some amount of effort. Like, let's say you plant a crop and then it grows and then you get something special. Any kind of randomized reward that you feel like you earned is a very strong psychological hook. Just doing some kind of effort and then getting a randomized reward. And if you combine those two things, it's very easy to create a loop where they're hooked very quickly. Next, they have a bunch of fallacies. Now, I couldn't fit these on different slides. I don't know how to describe them. Gambler's fallacy is the most common, and I'll explain that real quick. It's basically the thinking that you are more likely to hit a roll because you didn't hit it last time, which by and large is not true. They have some pity rules in some of these games that apply over 100 plus rolls or 90 plus rolls. But in general, the idea is like, I rolled, I didn't get it. Now I'm more likely. And it's a big thing that gacha games rely on, because once you've already spent money, you feel like, okay, now I'm due. Now I'm owed. I've gotten the bad luck out of the way. Now the good luck is here. And that is, of course, not how it works. It also applies to the sunk cost fallacy. Sunk cost is the same thing. So I kind of mix those two together here. But sunk cost is whenever you've already put time or money into something, you value that higher than you should. And you want to follow up the bad money with more bad money, basically. Your Connor sub? Yeah. Or your Atrioc sub. Oh, I'm a 12-month Atrioc sub. I actually fucking hate the guy, but I've been here for 12 months. What am I going to do? Perfect example, okay? I want to show you one of the scariest quotes from, again, Let's Go Whaling. And this quote made me so sad for the future of games.
Remember, there are 4 ways of progressing in games in general. You can have a skill-based game, you can have a luck-based game, you can have a game where you just progress by grinding, or you can pay to progress. Make sure that your games aren't too skill-based. I made that mistake myself. A too skill-based game, you don't get people to pay you because there's no reason to. So make sure grinding and paying are legitimate versions of progressing in the game.
Oh no. Oh no. And that's an audience of game developers listening to a game developer who made a bunch of money. The truth is he tried a skill-based game. It doesn't make as much money. People don't like to compete on skill. They would like to compete on luck, time invested, and money spent. They prefer a world where either they can put a lot of time in to get better, they can spin a wheel to get better, or they can throw the credit card down. They do not want to actually have to get better because psychologically that is seemingly baked into our brains. It's going to be tough for games to not go in the direction of making more money these ways. So that is one of the most damning and sad things I think about the gacha game future. Now, again, I have money. I'm a whale. I will spend money, but I will always miss games like Melee, games like CS 1.6, games like StarCraft, games that really were only about skill-based progression. Now, do I think they're gone for good? Absolutely not. The cool thing about the pendulum is that as the market shifts towards one way, the few people remaining on the other side that make skill-based games will get all of the attention. And I think...
A few questions.
Lastly, I wanted to say, do you guys remember that video I showed at the beginning of the guy that spent $70,000 on Fate Grand Order? I know that a lot of you are thinking, this is so sad. This is so cringe. This will never be me. I want you to know that we are only at the beginning of the way these tricks are being deployed across all games. And once they catch you slipping once, they can get you more. And I found a couple quotes from the comments of that video that I thought were interesting. This person named Depression said, when I first saw this video 2 years ago, I thought, I would never play this game, let alone pay for microtransactions. Well, things didn't turn out that way. When I first time I saw this, I was like, loser. And here I am 4 months later into the game. Greetings, fellow masters. I just finished Babylonia. Me who watched the video 2 years ago. That's insane. I would never do that. Me today, a Fate Grand Order whale. Understandable. Have a nice day. So I want you to pour one out for these fallen soldiers and remember that we are all human beings and our moments of weakness are very susceptible to algorithms and corporations that have designed these advanced Skinner boxes to hook us in. And that's Marketing Monday on the rise and scariness of gacha games. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's basically what I got for today.